My name is Gracia Pereira, and I'm here to inform you about harmful algae blooms. As a Michigander who lives close to the Great Lakes, have you ever thought about what kind of contaminants are present in your drinking water? Just recently, there was problems with the drinking water in Flint, where there was presence of lead in their water pipes. The presence of lead in their water pipes has caused mental and physical development problems in the children of Flint after they were exposed to the contaminated water. Besides the many water studies done on water contaminants, harmful algae blooms are thought to be of a concern. Currently, a graduate student here at Wayne State in my research lab has investigated the effects of harmful algae blooms on invasive mussels in the Great Lakes. She has found that harmful algae blooms has caused invasive mussels in the Great Lakes to persist after exposure. Therefore, it has damaged the Great Lakes national ecosystems. So, the presence of harmful algae blooms in drinking water may also endanger human health. Foremost, I will describe what harmful algae blooms are and how they form, and I will inform about the human illnesses associated with harmful algae. And lastly, I will disclose two methods employed by the EPA to treat harmful algae blooms in drinking water. Let us begin by understanding what are harmful algae blooms and how they form. Harmful algae blooms are a bundle of toxic phytoplankton, which are photosynthetic animals that live near water bodies, and these phytoplankton persist long-term by reproducing rapidly under certain environmental conditions. And they produce toxins, which are poisons, which makes them form harmful algae blooms. Phytoplanktons form harmful algae blooms through procreating often and aggregating to form blooms. The blooms come in a variety of different colors, such as blue-green, brown, red, and green, due to the presence of different pigments found in the phytoplankton. The two most common blooms are cyanobacteria, which is the harmful algae, and blue-green bacteria, and microalgae, which is not a harmful algae. Cyanobacteria are found in freshwater environments, especially prevalent in Lake Erie, and it is a harmful algae because it produces toxins that contaminate drinking water, causing harm to people. So in order to reproduce rapidly, phytoplankton needs optimal water temperature and salinity and necessary nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus. Jacobs, Moore, Kunkel, and Son in 2015 discovered a type of algal bloom known as Alexandrium, which persisted in the U.S. coastal waters due to warm air and water temperatures. Other scientists have figured out that warm air and water temperatures have resulted from global warming. According to Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary in 2009, harmful algae blooms do nutrient cycling by filtering out nutrients such as nitrogen and phosphorus and leading to the depletion of nutrients available for other organisms. Additionally, nutrient pollution through runoff from agriculture and wastewater increases the availability of nutrients that are needed for harmful algae bloom to grow. According to the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, untreated animal waste from farms and factories releasing untreated chemicals into the water are the main causes of the formation of harmful algae. So now I will discuss the various illnesses caused by harmful algae blooms in drinking water. So how are cyanobacteria toxins in drinking water affect people, you may ask? Well, harmful algae blooms such as cyanobacteria and the toxins causes people to be ill. According to the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, cyanobacteria toxin produces algae-like symptoms, which includes rhinitis, which is inflammation of the mucous membrane in the nose, asthma, eczema, which is skin disease, and conjunctivitis, which is an eye inflammation. Meanwhile, the flu-like symptoms include vomiting, diarrhea, skin irritation, and breathing problems. In addition to these flu and allergy-like symptoms, EPA has found out that nervous system problems can occur and cancer can also result. The impacts on the nervous system include dizziness, headaches, seizures, short-term memory loss, chills, and sometimes paralysis. Can cancer, you might think how cancer might occur? Well, cancer can occur due to toxins of cyanobacteria such as microcystins, which promote growth of tumors. So in order to prevent people from getting sick by drinking water that has been contaminated by harmful algae, EPA has implemented physical and chemical water treatments to treat water that has been contaminated by harmful algae. One such method is a physical method such as reservoir drawdowns, where the water levels of human-controlled water bodies such as reservoirs are lowered to expose harmful algae, and then other instruments are used to scrape off the harmful algae. This method is easier to follow in human-controlled water bodies, but it may damage the environment for other organisms, and it's expensive to implement. The other method is using algicides, such as copper-based compounds such as copper sulfates or lime or chlorine, to release chemicals into the water to stunt algae bloom growth. But there are some risks associated with this method, such as the blooms may release toxins in the water that causes the water to be toxic to other animals. To finish, let's review what I have told so far about harmful algae blooms. Harmful algae blooms are a major contaminant in drinking water. First, I told you about harmful algae blooms are formed specifically through factors such as global warming, agriculture, and waste runoff. Secondly, I spoke about the health risks associated with harmful algae blooms and their toxins. The toxins of harmful algae blooms lead to the exhibition of allergy and flu-like symptoms, which affects the nervous system and may lead to cancer. So in order to treat harmful algae bloom contaminated drinking water, the two methods are reservoir drawdowns and algicides. So I hope from this speech you gained information on harmful algae blooms and their impacts on drinking water. Thank you for listening.